Now that you've got your garlic in the mail, it's time to get ready for planting. So first, when you get your garlic, you'll want to inspect all of the bulbs and make sure there's no signs of mold and that the bulbs and the cloves are generally healthy looking. Garlic should generally be planted within 1 to 2 weeks of receiving it in the mail. You'll want to make sure you keep it intact, as tempting as it is to break it up into cloves. Don't break it into cloves until you're ready for a soak or ready to plant directly. As tempting as it might be to remove the actual skins from the garlic, don't. Leave them on. This makes sure that the garlic won't rot in the ground. When you're peeling your cloves, make sure you do so gently and pay close attention to the bottom, the basal plate. You'll want to make sure you don't rip the base, as this is where the roots are coming out, and you want to keep this intact. Once you break apart all of the cloves, you'll see that some are big and some are a little on the smaller side. Take the big ones, plant these. These will produce bigger bulbs of garlic for you. The smaller ones you can either eat now or you can grow them for garlic greens. Totally up to you. Just remember, the bigger cloves will produce bigger heads of garlic. If you want to get your garlic off to a great start before planting it in ground, you'll want to combine liquid kelp, baking soda, and water. The liquid kelp will help give it nutrients as it goes into the soil, and the baking soda will help get rid of any bacteria that could be present. Give everything a really nice good stir. If you're planting more than one type of garlic, I suggest putting each different type of garlic in a container and doing a separate soak for each. This way, they won't get mixed up when they're soaking, and you'll easily be able to plant them by type later. It should look like this when you're done. You can let them sit overnight or anywhere from 8 to 24 hours. In the morning or whenever they're done soaking, you'll want to strain the cloves and plant pretty soon after you strain them. You might notice that the cloves plump up a little bit after their soak, and that's perfectly okay. When you go to plant your cloves, make sure you plant with the pointy side up. Roots will come out of the bottom and greens will come out of the pointy top. Plant the garlic in slightly moist soil in the fall. You'll want to plant at least 2 weeks before your first fall frost to give your garlic time to establish. Cloves should be planted 1 to 2 inches deep, measuring from the top of the clove. In colder climates, plant about 2 to 4 inches deep. Plant the cloves anywhere from 4 to 6 inches apart, depending on the variety. If you're planting elephant garlic, you should double the spacing. Garlic should be planted in rows 12 to 18 inches apart so they have lots of room to grow. Place a layer of mulch on top of the garlic after planting. If you're in colder climates, you can put up to 8 inches of mulch to keep your garlic nice and cozy over winter. Leaves, compost, or straw are great mulches for garlic. We'll check back in 2 to 4 weeks to check on the roots and see how our garlic germinated. See you then.